Give me a moment. Bring up my live stream on the desktop. Who else do we have here? Hi, Selma. Selma, how are you? Happy to see you. How are you feeling? Thank you guys for coming in. Heavenly Star, I hope you had a good day. My day is stumbling to an end. Feels like stumbling too. Feels like I'm stumbling through life right now. Hey, Sniper. We get some flames. Happy to see that, my friend. So I went on a date with a boyfriend, Jackson, yesterday. I hope it was a good date. So I thought we'd see if anyone wanted to ask me a question tonight about anything. I'm glad it was good, Selma. You can ask me a question about yoga, my practice. You can ask me a question about meditation. You can ask me a question about breath work. You can ask me a question about A Course in Miracles, about my life. Hey, Lady Sky, kettlebells, my channel. You name it, put it out there. I will answer. The things I want to mention is I have always been upfront with everything. Maybe too much so, you know? I was actually kind of warned. Don't put too much of yourself out there. Is that good or bad? What do you guys think? Do you hold something in reserve? Just seemed to me the best way to go was to put it all out there. You help as many people as you can, realizing you can't help everyone, and realizing some people, it's never going to be enough. But you do what you can. You show up. Here's a great prayer. Adam says, I'd love to talk to you, Yogi. Well, kind of tired and in a state of delirium. Do you want to come up? Here's a great prayer from A Course in Miracles that I've been trying to, one of the prayers I've been trying to live my life by. You can offer this to the universe. You can offer it to God. You can offer it to the Holy Spirit. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? Imagine if we preceded every conversation with that. Hold on. One second. Hey, Sissy, I was just about to send you a text. We need to talk sometime, my friend. We definitely do have some synchronicities going. So, like I said, questions? Simple says the master always holds back some secrets, just in case the student turns on the master. Fact. I wish I wish I had this conversation several months. I wish I had this information several months ago. Adam says, and then go to bed. Hey, when you heading back home, Adam? Lady Sky says, what's your favorite food before you were a vegetarian, Yogi? Used to like meatloaf. I used to like ham when it was, when it would have that crust. You want to hear something weird? Of course, pizza. That's not the weird thing. I love toast, and I still do. Some of you might know that. Some of you might have heard the toast sermon that I've had from time to time. Hey, Jonathan Carpenter. Me doing things I shouldn't be, showing feelings. I feel everyone sees me on YouTube, and I feel like everyone is laughing at me. Jonathan, I can guarantee you that we are not laughing at you. I can guarantee you that I'm not laughing with you. I've always enjoyed your company. You know I got your back. You know that. You said you lost my email, right? So, of course, pizza, man. Vegan pizza is okay, but I'll be honest with you, it's good. It's really good. It's not quite the same. Maybe it'll get there. Adam says, so to everyone, I can't read your text. I love you all. Sissy says, hey everyone, blessed Monday to all. I missed you this morning, and midday passed way too fast. Adam says, if I can't kind of mention the poem and Miss Blippi's water song, Synchronicity, I will forget it. Come on up, my friend. Adam says, Jonathan, I would never laugh at you, but I'm more than happy to laugh with you. Absolutely. Okay. We can take care of that. Give me a second, guys. Just a second. It should come right up for me, as you and I have communicated in the past. Jonathan Carpenter. There we go. Just sent you an email, my friend. Selma had pizza for dinner today. Nice, Selma. Hey, Jack. How are you, my friend? Jack says, what's up, brother? Not much. Just sitting around talking. Thought I'd see if anyone had questions. Guess what's for dinner? Peanuts. Peanut butter? Is that a peanut? You don't eat peanut butter, do you? Oh, that's Sissy. I was thinking it was Squirrel Sniper. I'm getting my names mixed up here. You having peanut butter for dinner? Guys, our friend Adam wants to come up and join. Hey.
Can you see me?
How are you?
Oh, man. Look at my eyes. I am so tired.
I could tell.
New environment. I'll tell you what, if you really think that you're awake, go down to Atlanta bus station. There used to be what's called the underground if you want to go find something you shouldn't maybe have legally, and all kinds of other crazy stuff, but it's gone. And the riffraff is on. I'm rambling, but what an experience vacation could be. I'm having a blast. My best friend is like almost falling in love again. I don't mean necessarily sexually, but with another person. He's, my friend has punished themselves to stay with their mate and stay in misery. And the other mate is fine. Go out and have fun. So the whole situation seems miraculously better. I'm just rambling because I have some ideas I wanted to explain as quickly and clearly as possible. I took some notes. For those who don't know, me access. I have notes. But anyway, I would like to address any kind of what is an argument. You know, Yogi, if I say to you, the sky is green, and you might naturally say the sky is blue, and I say, when you can't see the sky, and the other, you know, I mean, how long is this going to go on until we agree to disagree? I mean, it's just a perception. I mean, we're arguing over perceptual things, but anyway, usually, Diogenes. So Diogenes was a Greek philosopher who was highly educated and basically challenged the heck out of Socrates and Plato in the fancy council of the Greek mind. and all their mathematic schools of thought. But Socrates once said, some guy was boasting that to be enlightened is to know this math. And Socrates said, I could teach this math to a 5-year-old because I understand it that well. And the guy said, it's ridiculous. And he found supposedly, the story goes, or a 10-year-old or whatever, history and numbers. He taught a street child, a beggar child, the mathematics, the trickery. But I wrote some stuff. I'm just really worn out. I love everybody here. I had a bizarre idea, and this is not Yogi. This is me. I have a channel. Am I my channel? No, I am not. I produce videos. I don't want to make money with YouTube. It's too complicated. To do it well and stylishly and not step on toes is like a balancing act of whatever. More power to people. Jace helps people get healthy. He's encouraging and he's loving. And where did Jace go? So I love him. And if people want to tit for tat, we all know what an argument is. If I tell you, Yogi, to drop it, what are you going to do? You're a silly man. What are you going to do if I say drop it?
I don't know.
What is it? Do we want to ramble about it?
I probably would.
It was then. What is now? I mean, let's just get crazy with it. I love Diogenes because he threw poop at rich, smart-ass people. I'm sorry about my cussing. I'm really tired. I want to clean up my language. And be respectful. I mean, if I had a bad Christian upbringing, I don't need to go around hating the people who are in that belief structure and trying to cure them of what I believe was an illusion. What if it all was true? It's not here. It's not now. Let's love each other. I'm so tired. I've had the most blissful and yet miserable time on this trip. I want to say something about my history, my life. When I was a young lad, I was handsome and lived with rich girls, and parents liked me. I was not rich, but I did have a little bit of knowledge of proper etiquette. So I took debutante girls out. I actually let a few, debutante, whatever, community, college. Not really. I mean, I knew some beautiful debutantes, but the system's kind of whatever. More power to everybody, man. But yeah, sometime in this trip, there was a guy who just got out of prison. I mean, fresh out of prison. I didn't ask him how long. He was at a bus stop because it's the wise thing to do, and that there is no way I would leave the security of this bus stop that is placed in Atlanta. And in what I saw, which might be a misperception, I saw the police not giving a crap about marijuana, which is actually illegal in Atlanta, as long as there was no craziness. And they're almost like a barrier to whatever madness is. I don't live there, but I do know where you are. Buckaroo Banzai, wherever you are. And I gotta go. I love everybody. But my channel, I'm gonna play a Diogenes. My channel doesn't matter. I posted videos from a heartfelt space. If you want to argue, there's some beautiful dog videos there. I mean, if it helps you, Sophie is a powerful force in my life. She wouldn't care because she knows it's not real. That was then, and this is now. And argue there, comment, use it as an email. And I'm sorry, Yogi, to take up so much time. I just thought it was a crazy idea.
Don't go anywhere yet, because you got a poem to recite.
Oh God, it's not worked out. A water poem? Okay. Well, I'm going to go from homeless guy to professor. This is my Superman costume. I can see. I'm enlightened.
Finally.
Where's the library? I get goofy when I don't sleep, man. I mean, I kind of sleep. I lay in in a non-existent kind of form of, and random thoughts come and go and whatever. Pictures don't matter. I love people who can recite their entire dream lives, but I find it about as boring as my waking life in some ways. I would have to say I channeled this because I don't usually write good poetry. My mind is usually in the way. I'm trying to write pretty words and think of syntax and all this stuff that I really don't remember or understand. Or what's the Japanese haiku? You know, is there 11? Whatever. You know, I think I used to could write a decent haiku, but oceanic, the ever-present expanse, such as we are. We are the ocean. What's a clock to an ocean? What is time to the waves? Other than the radiance in the flicker of the sun to birth the dance of flow in light magnificent. I'm kind of adding here as I go. I didn't write well when I was. Water is a funny thing, children. All around you in moist, unusual ways. You get the pun? Or whatever. The air we breathe on a cloudy day, the rain that washes the dust away, morning frost on winter's day, even inside that rock you skip across Chesapeake Bay. So back to the ocean. God, light, love, or play, dance, tiny raindrop, with the sunlight sparkling with you all the way. Sometimes we dance on the earth, sometimes in the sky, sometimes between, and always asking why. Even bizarre notions like, oh, wait, even bizarre notions like, what's it like when I die? Have a nice day. Goodbye. I should leave now.
I like it.
I gotta get to.
That was
I
awesome.
want to sing. That's good. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes, and Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane. Listen to yourself churn. World sets its own need. Turn it up to knock speed. Light a candle. Whatever. Pray down. Have a good time. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end. But I feel fine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got me feeling fine too, my friend.
Hey, just love each other, man. If people want to hash it out, figure it out on my channel. I will say that if random people come by, they'll think you're freaking mad. This is a video about a fish, and they're playing Cat Stevens, and people are arguing. What did this guy do? Well, this guy didn't do anything. Have my fucking. Is that bad?
No.
I almost said it. Have my character,
Yeah,
man.
close. Hey, I sang Cat Stevens on Saturday, by the way.
Oh,
I sang Moonshadow.
I think I heard that. Man,
Did you?
I love stuff, but I put it back. I am happily suffering from Alzheimer's. But my problem is I don't care what happened yesterday, so I just forget it. But along the way, I forget all the names and stuff that I attribute to whatever the crap's going on in these crazy games. You know, everything from freaking Oppenheimer to the Bag of Vita to, you know, I mean, what are the principles of the main function? You know, like, what is the, I'm trying to go Indian, man, Shiva, and, the feminine Shiva. Shiva is part of, the feminine is part of Shiva, but also separate. And we're really a result of Shiva. We can call this Sophie, the Sophie divine. I mean, we're always trying. When the Course says we made this world, well, man, I can't construct. Really, you go do it. I understand tree. I can make one. I am God. Really. I'm impressed if people can jump from heights. I don't really understand. Or whatever, you know. I'm impressed with old movies of old 16 millimeter movies that I've seen on like serious people, Joseph Campbell. This isn't
Yeah.
fake AI stuff. I saw it in the 70s. Indians can do, everybody can do miraculous things. They're Eritreans, NASA. I mean, but practice is beautiful, but do not identify with the practice. Because sometimes it's like if I want to meditate every day at freaking 10 o'clock, and oh my goodness, this issue comes up and I didn't get to meditate. I missed the idea that synchronicity just brought me my meditation. Hand served from the universe. This is your karma or dharma, and you have a choice. And really, the Course in Miracles, I think, says that in so many different languages. You know, what was it? All you Episcopalians, um, to which the wardrobe, the cupboard, um, C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis said, always a call for God. I mean, confusion is a call for God. You know, could we teach trolls not to just go around and break things? It's more fun if you behave with dignity and, don't break things. Friends are delicate. Let's handle them carefully. And I think Yogi and Miss Flipper and love is the wise choice. Do we want to crucify somebody? Well, crucify my channel because it's not me, man. Not only am I an eternal being in the heavens above me, below me, all the crap I can't understand because even though I can see God and I am God, I'm not the brain. The body of Christ, I am not the brain. I think I'm the eyes. Mine are tired. And I've tried, what is the song? Dr. Mine Eyes have seen the slow parade of tears without hiding. Very deep song. It sounds so pretty, but what do the words say?
Jackson Brown might be a true American poet.
I can be an asshole, but I don't mean it. I'm just a sarcastic. I'm trying to cure myself of an opinionated comedic fool, and I'll play the part of Diogenes. I'll walk around in a diaper. I'll sit in the street. Sorry, but I mean this is actually literature. I'll poop in the street. I'll hang out in a jar, a big urn, and I'll make fun of people. I just want to tell you the magnificence of this person, and I am a very pathetic reflection of the iconic Diogenes. Because if anybody's ever heard of Alexander the great conqueror, he wanted to meet Diogenes. What an odd man. Poor as dirt, foul, and highly educated. So when he met Diogenes, said, "Move, you're blocking my son." What's his name, man? His father, which was a ruler of another land. This is early in his career. And I love history. It's kind of accurate if you believe it. I'm an AI making crap up. But his father brought Diogenes to the court. And I mean, I'm sure he threatened him with lashings and all kinds of stuff. I'm a serious man. And Diogenes pulled a lash me, whatever. I do not accept you as an authority above me. We are absurd creatures believing we're separate from nature. And the dogs I sleep with are smarter than you, sir. They're at least happy. They're mostly peaceful. I don't mean to be. I love everybody here, and I love history and being a silly. However you perceive me as a character that I'm not attached to. And I love everybody. And if people have serious problems or think I could ever help or counsel, which I will tell you, I earn very little. I don't care about money. I try to practice a Diogenes / stoic diet every day. I don't really care what happens. I spend about 10 minutes. I'm going to really spend 10 minutes seriously now, focusing on what would happen if I lost everything because I just lost my dog. And this is an actual practice. And some people want to cling to this practice of what if I lost this and what if I lost that? It's missing the point. You will fight this at first. And then, Keanu Reeves is talking about this, and it's just like, whatever, but it's kind of cool. Um, yeah, you'll fight it, but then eventually your vagus nerve will kind of shrink. You quit freaking out. And by the way, if you spend too much time on video, news, if you spend too much time arguing over weird stuff that could just be totally let go, and people around who love us could say, man, just let it go or take it over there. And if somebody insults me, do I have to say something back? I hope people are insulting me now because put it on my channel. I'll read it in the next live if it matters. I love everybody and I don't want anything to stick to me. And if you don't want something to stick to you, then don't go sticking a label or a judgment on somebody else. And I don't really believe I'm channeling. I just believe that I'm so tired that I'm half operating from my subconscious because I really don't care how people perceive me now. I'm about to trash and have pleasant dreams because all my friends are safe, I think, and tomorrow's another day. And I know where my next meal's coming from. And if you meet somebody on the streets like a prison guy, man, if you got to give him a 10, 20, the man's waiting for a bus ticket to go somewhere safe. And they don't give him money. And he's going to go, he's an intelligent man. At least he's not on the junk now. People who are addicted to all this stuff end up doing time and suffering, but to drop him on the street penniless in a war zone, this is not, it's not good. I'm not going to judge the whole affair. I think we could do better. But, I believe this guy is going to miraculously find a Muslim or Christian place near there, and they will see that he's clean and give him his $75 to $110 to get him where his friends are. He's a good man. I don't know what he did, but he was kind to me, and we had a laugh. We talked about 80s because we're the same age. And I had all kinds of friends back then as I do now. We're all just people. Paint us whatever colors. Call you Dr. Seuss fans out there, the Strawberry Sneakers. How simple can you explain racism? The Starbelly Sneakers. I don't like you because you have a star upon ours. I'm just randomly going up. Yogi, please stop me. I'm being silly.
When do you get some sleep, Adam?
I do. I know that's a big old bomb, and I talked about this with Yogi before. I said, "Hey, why doesn't the group do this?" I love everybody in the group. I want to leave with this, man, because I'm divorced and I love my ex-wife. And I look back and I think, fuck, I could have done that so much better. At the time, I was operating on sorry, I was reading. Oh, my eyes. The pains of a dental glaucoma issue. But anyway, my wife, yeah, she's still basically my wife. So, fell in love, had children, challenges hit, and we started pointing fingers at each other. We were both getting whammied at the same time. I don't know exactly what happened. I felt like I was put under a lot of stress. I will say this, that I was like solely responsible for getting my sons to school and fed and all that for quite a long time, all by myself because she had a car wreck. She's a brilliant lady. And I think that she could have found a magical chiropractor and I could have maybe not been so much in my head and more in my heart. A different road. But maybe that's existing in another alternate reality where that we have now, man. And I learned that I was equally responsible, although I could argue, I could write books and volumes on why she was wrong. And she could do the same towards me. And if you have children together and you split up, they always say think of the children, but the best way to think of the child is to love your ex, no matter the issues. Let it go and concentrate on the children. And if
Yep.
one or other needs help, if you were married, holy crap! I mean, how much resentment do you have? I mean, just now I really need to go. I'm probably getting woo. Somebody's gonna knock me down and torture my ex-wife, and it's gonna fall apart. You know, I mean, Bethany's a smart girl. She knows how to block weird, whatever. And by the way, if somebody's hacking or if the government's after me, I live in Lynchburg, Tennessee, and I love it. And my friend is quite wealthy, but he got it a good way, a very profitable and beneficial business of improving people's ability to chew food. And
Nice looking teeth.
can I make a confession? I haven't brushed my teeth in probably 2 weeks.
Well,
And I have one crown that I made a long time ago. I test these bizarre philosophies out because people blame sugar, and I know that sounds miraculous. Like I don't put oil in my car. I mean, I don't change it. I just watch. I like to test because why not, man? You know. But back to the dental. Yeah, Lynchburg, Tennessee is home of Jack Daniels. Wealthy people live there. Everybody loves everybody. There's not a lot of turmoil in Lynchburg, Tennessee. It's not the streets of Chicago. However, we all love each other, and we have a highly trained police force that loves everybody who lives here. If you can visit and actually mess with me, I don't care how wealthy you are, as long as I behave properly and don't interfere with their tough job. I know that you know me. I'm dirt poor. I really am. I drive a car that's crap. I don't care, man. I live comfortably. It's kind of weird. I'm a weird bet on my asana or yoga or whatever. I can sleep on a concrete floor at 58 years old without a pillow, with a screwed up neck, and manage through if I just bring peace to it. Because I've had to do crazy stuff like that before. Ride a bus with large people as they make them skinnier and more uncomfortable. You know, is it miserable? But what is the Bhagavad Gita about? It's this horrible war, circumstance, blood, limbs, whatever. And you know, it's what's his name? I'm going to talk to you, Krishna, because what's up? And Krishna says, you know, this is the mess, and we make it. And you know, if we try to blame the mess, let's, you know, try to find the beauty that's putting the pieces back together constantly as we wave on through this wonderful dance of Krishna and Mata. Not, I gotta, let me, I tried to take notes, man. Okay. Radha. The in breath of Radha is Ra. I take in all the weirdness I'm experiencing, I think, and Ha, I let it go into the past. So I'm accepting what's now, and I'm breathing in the past. Very similar to an atom flickering, you know. Atoms aren't permanent, really. It's more of an energy flip. And there's a timing involved, which indicates there's a space between if there's time. If that makes any sense. I like to pretend like I understand the quantum field. But there is a physicist out there that is working on the math to say that everything, slice it how you will, it always comes up to atom, basically. Atom. Slice me however you will, but there's always an emanating point from the center of the center of the center, to speak. It's mathematically, it's infinite potential and infinite possibility. Maybe no, infinite power and infinite potential. It's power and potential, and it's infinite in each tiny little thing. And the idea is that that tiny little thing is the sun, and is the sun in which the sun exists. And I don't know to how many levels, but everything emanates from one point. And that really, if we're at peace, we can feel that one point go here. We can breathe it into our chest. But if we worship this practice, our identity to the practice will get in the way. If we believe that if I believe that I can breathe in with my hands energy and put it in my lower dantian and not offend the gods, never offend the gods when you play with magic. I don't care how awesome you are, Harry Potter, but be careful. Always respect and always question. Don't judge, just question. All those practitioners of Wicca and white magic and the Vedantas and holy Christianity and practice on, brothers, but practice in kindness. I'm trying to make the magic of Athens, Georgia, where the B-52s originated from. And what is it?
Joey Roberts, too.
I'm going to go to the live set, baby. I hadn't had any in like 12, I don't know. I forget counting. I've recovered from my divorce. I can't count the days anymore. I'm looking forward, man. I'm free from the divorce. If I ever offend anybody, I'm a fool.
You
I
haven't.
love everybody. But I don't know if I just got silly and one last thing. Are you familiar with Castaneda's Four Monsters?
Say that one more time.
Castaneda's Four Monsters you must defeat to be a holy man, a Brahma, or whatever. The four monsters, and they're in order. And actually, I wrote something about this. In Inagata-Devita, people out in the street, the proliferation of arms, like war pigs, Ozzy Osbourne, man. The
Good song.
war machine makes money. It's built on oil and greed, and I might be opinionated about that. But anyway, describes the pendulum that swings the ever-present crest of fear, the first monster in Carlos Castaneda's saga of What is Man. And once we master the art of fear, then we are driven by knowledge. If I'm not afraid, I can be in the creative mode. I'm creative because I'm not running from a bear, imaginary or real. So let's only run from the real bears. We might slip and fall. Careful, all you mushroom eaters. All bears aren't real. They're us. Love them. But knowledge. Once we understand not to use knowledge as a weapon, or as a pride shield, or as an ego. I am my knowledge. Why back to me? I know I'm so sarcastic. Sorry. That comedy's horrible. But anyway, oh, yeah. Oh, so once you got knowledge down, man, I know how to make money. I know how to win friends and influence people. And believe it or not, man, I've studied psychology and I'm into like Gruber. It wasn't Gruber who did the political campaign for Hitler. Have you ever read a book called "The Medium is the Message"?
No, I think I've heard the title before.
He's a very bizarre. I mean, he would be a guy like Terrence McKenna, just super smart, but he doesn't give a crap what people think, and he has bizarre messages. And I always mispronounce his name. It's Marshall McCullough or something, and people always. And I've read the book 2 or 3 times. I just can't correct myself because I don't take it seriously. But the book is amazing. The book is a sociological, philosophical comment on where we were in like 1970 or something. And he talks about we're driving down the road watching the rearview mirror. You know, there's a road in front of us and we're staring at this tiny speck of what we think was behind us, totally ignorant of what's hitting us in the face. And at that time, there was a lot of media, and hippies believed they solved the problem of Vietnam. I mean, I think they helped, but there are a lot of contributing factors to Vietnam. And the United States did not pull out of Vietnam in an intelligent manner. And I will argue that to the end. I'll go on my channel, my channel, and I'll argue with somebody that that basically nothing was simple in the Vietnam War, and that we know nothing.
Right.
And thank you. And
Hey, Richard.
I mean, wow, what times we live in. And I was just, if the world ends tomorrow, tomorrow never comes, brother, sister. Tomorrow never comes because we're always right now. And if we're in right now and we're safe and peaceful and loving, how can we go wrong? This body is not us. These thoughts are not us. We are water. We drip, we come, we go, we recycle. Our identities are protective mechanisms from an imaginary world. And whatever. I love everybody, and please enjoy my videos. I never get comments on my videos, which is, now I'm going to see like all kinds of crazy numbers, and I'm just going to have to ignore all of it. However, if I manage to make a profit with this, by all means, I'm going to donate it to some hungry person in some horrible place.
Good.
All of it. If you want to buy something from me, I have excellent. And their process to ship it and handle it carefully and yada yada. I'd like to give you a good piece of art, yeah. You pay for shipping, or I'll come up with the money. I'll figure it out. I can bum it from Tortoise. I'll say, Tortoise, I just need you to give me $500, man. He goes, God, you really need that? Like, tough times, man. You go, okay. No big deal to him. He loves me. He knows I'm a crazy, silly guy that would prefer to live in his garage with a cat than live in a house of anger and resentment and issues. I sleep better with the barn animals, man. They have no problem of mine. And if we present the mind for contemplation, let's always bring love, God, wisdom, the wisdom of Sophia. I will share a little thing with you before I go. My dog Sophie, who I call my Buddha dog, I learned that if I could love Sophie, which I did clearly, she is a brilliant dog. I mean, dogs are smart.
Right.
Maybe you might think, because you're thinking all of a sudden. She had a blissful life. And but anyway, if I loved everybody with the simplicity I love Sophie, no matter what was going on, how could I go wrong? And I applied that, which I think Miss Flipper talked about earlier. Everybody is your aunt. Everybody is your brother. Sometimes you got to walk away. let them have a tantrum or whatever. I mean, don't think about it. People have tantrums. That's looking in the rearview mirror, as Marshall said. And he has a lot to say about that. Media is somewhat mind controlling. But if you're ingesting for pleasure, by all means, be careful. If I like to watch horror movies, what am I manifesting in my unconscious or whatever?
Right.
So these are thoughts from a waking dream, because for some odd reason I go into professor mode and I think I'm good, and I'm actually just a rambling fool, man. I used to be on a hill. I live on a hill and I'm a fool, so day after day, alone on a hill, a man with a foolish grin is keeping perfectly still. I don't want Jeff to hear me because he has neighbors. What would the neighbors say? Oh my goodness, Tracy and singing. But nobody wants to know him. They can see that he's just a fool. Nobody, and he never gives an answer. But the fool on the hill, who's the sun going down, and the eyes look ahead through the world spinning around. Roll on the way, head in a cloud. The man of 1,000 voices talking perfectly loud. But nobody wants to hear him. They can see that he's just a fool. And he never gives an answer. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down. And the eyes in his head see the world spinning round.
It's a
I
favorite.
forgot where I was. But just when you think I'm a fool on a hill, I'll confuse you. I'll shave, get a corporate job, and kiss butt and succeed. Maybe I'll want to be incredibly successful and feed everybody that's starving on the planet, which is increasing in insane numbers. Could I do it? Would it solve anything? I think Jesus said we always have the poor. He didn't say, yay! How can we use the poor?
Right.
What good are the poor? You know, I mean, if you see a funky street urchin out there that needs help getting on his food because they're suffering physically, you know, maybe God would kiss your head if you went down and helped a sister put on a shoe or something. You see weird shit in life. Like, I'm sorry about my language,
That's okay.
but what Miss Blipper was talking about earlier at the Vatican, there's craziness in the world, man.
Right.
But wherever you see an opportunity, I think that's the course's principle. It's very
Right.
simple. Once you get the course, then you get to think about all these other concepts. Now that you got the block to all the purity and every concept that has laid every brick upon this wonderful world we live in. And there is a right mind and the false mind. And to be right minded is to be loving and kind. To be
True.
false minded is, where does it get you? It gets you on a wheel of karma, maybe. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. Yogi, I probably took more time. I'm so tired. I'm being
That's
silly.
okay.
I'm gonna go to bed. I love
That's all right.
everybody.
Why don't you get some
Really,
sleep?
what a beautiful live stream earlier. Man, I laughed with Dolly. You know, Dolly gets the same stuff. "Oh, I'm gonna peek at you, Dolly. I know where you live." Well, if you know where I live, be careful because I live in Lynchburg, Tennessee, with very wealthy people who have intelligent, loving cops that will keep any craziness out of Lynchburg, Tennessee. Hell, they'll shut the visitation down or whatever. You can't tour
Right.
Great Denver if there's craziness in town. Bye bye. We take care of our own up here, brother, because we're dumb rednecks in Tennessee. No offense to my redneck brothers in Tennessee, man.
I'm
I
sure
love
they
it.
took. Sure they took no offense.
You got it, my country boy. I got me a pipe and check it out, Yogi. I got me a pipe and I got me a fiddle. I'm gonna try to cut down on my smoking and switch to a pipe and play the role of Dodgman in this absurd stage called life. I'm very part we're at.
So we're gonna wrap things up in about 10, 15 minutes, Adam.
That's awesome. Hey, I did want to tell people that I think everybody should take a break from the internet. I mean, be aware of how you're holding your dang phone. I have a bad neck, and but sometimes, man, I love everybody, but like Miss Blipper and you and Chad and Carl and whoever, man. You know, I see you in a tree. If you could see yourself in a tree, what a wonderful world it would be. Trees come and go, and they're always the same trees. They're all related. They live in a forest, and the whole forest understands itself and loves itself. And we have the asinine idea that we can split atoms and crunch numbers because we're going to blast this crazy shaped thing with as much light as we can because we're physicists.
Hey, Adam, I'm gonna interrupt you for a sec. Our
Okay.
friend, another dime, just came in. He is Harvey's brother, who is Halloran, who had surgery today, and he just gave us an update. So he says, "Hey Yogi, this is Harvey's brother." He said to say hello to you and Adam and everyone. He had
Hey, did he have dental surgery?
what?
Dental surgery?
No.
Did he have dental surgery?
No.
Okay, somebody did. I thought.
He said
Okay.
he had surgery, went as planned. He called out. He came out of recovery, very agitated and angry. He had a eventful trip to the hospital. Hey,
Oh man.
in the taxi ride, they come in a car crash. He felt the firemen were not getting the person out of the car fast enough. The Connecticut State Police warned him to get in the car, and he decided to smash the window. Wow, that is definitely eventful.
Well, I mean, you know, if you're dying of a heart attack, if you can get help, you know, maybe break a few things.
Right.
I'm kind of tired. I'm not. I'm naturally drunk. But if I don't sleep, I mean, what? Wind me up and spin me around on the dance floor, baby.
Well, why don't you get some sleep,
but-
Adam, and we'll wrap things up in
But
just a
man,
couple
I
minutes.
hope he's so well. How serious is this? I mean, is it really serious? Is he in critical? I'm always curious about medical stuff.
We didn't go into detail.
Well, anyway, emergency response is so stressed out because there's so many emergencies now.
Right.
And if you want my flat out opinion about medicine, we spend way too much time trying to confuse people about their health with pills and less time dealing with trauma better to all people. However, if I'm wealthy and I know good doctors and I lose this hand, I just have a metal hand. They don't give Diogenes a metal hand. But
Right.
I can build things without this hand because I have power of mind. But man, I'm so much love and healing, you know.
Right.
It's
Hey,
always healing.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a minute, Adam. I just want
Yeah.
to I just want to send to another dime. Please tell your brother that we said prayers for him this morning. Been thinking about him through the day, and we're continuing with prayers. Let him know that we love him, and we're looking forward to having him back as soon as he's able. Sorry about.
Unidyne makes train videos, right? Unidyne train videos.
No.
So many names. I'm bad with names, but I'm familiar with you, and I find everybody here fascinating. I do. And I mean, if we can all come to a place of love out of our crazy, multifaceted reality, and it's like Yogi mentioned the elephant. If we're all peaceful and notice our little spot of what we believe is an elephant in a blind state, you know, at least we're too busy trying to not be misfits, but just chill out about the whole idea of fitting and just experience everybody's point of view with an open mind. Like Wayne Dyer says, be open to everything. I believe in the flat earth. Well, I mean, I can imagine really hard. I can imagine the flat earth. In school, I was taught this and that. I mean, do I base anything on any physical premise? Like that nuclear weapons could kill me one day? Is this a reality or is this a concept? Well, as a child, I thought, holy crap, we have a hydrogen bomb that could wipe out a huge city, wipe it out, and do damage so far outside. As a child, you know, we had underdog bombs. We get under desk. That describes the, hey, I don't mean to get serious and bummed out, and this is kind of silly and kind of tragic. Do you know the history of how people didn't respect uranium even after Mary Curie died? You know, physicists know so much, right? Well, in a time span, there was a lot of political ignorance about how truly toxic plutonium was. We went beyond where we should in the table of whatever, elements.
All right, and
However,
I'm gonna wrap things up in about 5 minutes.
okay, people made irradiated water. They took water and said they put uranium in this fancy thing, and you could put your water in it and get irradiated water. They irradiated beef. They experimented with way too high levels of radiation. Well, somebody got the bright idea. I think there was a chemistry set that you could actually obtain a tiny amount of uranium. You can't blow up New York, but you can contaminate your kitchen like nobody's business. I think maybe that was a dream. But anyway, somebody put a couple of people, whatever, put real uranium in water and fed it to people. And if you thought Mary Curie died, wow, put it in your own. And again, I don't mean to be a bummer, but our lack of understanding when we think we know something and the damage we do. I know I've mentioned Typhoid Mary. I don't know where this thing comes from, but she's trying to feed a village, and she's lacking the knowledge that she's spreading typhoid.
I think we just still there, Adam. I think we lost Adam. He was tired, guys. I'm gonna shut things down in about 3 minutes. He did disappear. Hope everything is all right. You don't know me well enough, do you, War? I do not know how to kick people off. The only way I know to get off is to hit the end live stream button. All right. Let's not go down the road at the end. Let's not go down this road towards the end of the live stream. Keeping things positive. From now on out. That's it. The way we roll from now on out, guys. Oops, I thought he was coming back. Brian says he's a magician. He is a magician. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Big thank you for Adam to coming up. He had a lot to share. Been in contact with me through the day, and he had a lot he wanted to get out, and he certainly did. I hope he's feeling better. I hope he gets some sleep. I appreciate you sticking up for people, Richard. But everything's cool. No, you're cool, Richard. Everything's cool. Everything is cool. All right, guys. I usually make an hour. I am just shy of an hour. I got 1 minute to go, but I think I'm going to go. I don't think it's going to be an hour. I love you guys.